Hey yogis, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Miss Shanti in my yoga classroom, and this is week 2 of yoga. I'm super excited to have you all back at school full time. I am on a blue mat today because I'm choosing to keep my shoes on. That is always your choice in yoga. So if you don't want to take your shoes off, that's totally okay. You just got to grab one of these blue mats. So I'm going to do our poses for week 2 on this blue mat with my shoes on, and we start standing. So come on up and stand with me on your mat. Start in mountain pose. Most of our poses begin in mountain. So just taking a moment to feel the top of your head reach up and feel your feet on the ground. Maybe just take one breath right here. Good work. Now, first pose is dancer. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see it. So for dancer pose, we start by taking our hands to our hips and reaching one foot back. Maybe this is where you stay today. Maybe you just hang right here with your foot back. If you feel balanced, you might bend this standing leg a little bit, lift your back foot and catch it with that same hand. So it's my right foot and my right hand. Now, kick your foot into your hand. That helps to balance you that way as you lean forward. And maybe you extend your arm out in dancer. I always tell my students to pick a spot on the floor or straight ahead to look at while they're balancing, and make sure they're breathing as well. Make sure you're breathing. Nice. Let's see if we can come down nice and slow with control. Notice the difference between your two legs, right? One feels a little different than the other. So let's do the other side. Same way, hands to hips. Other foot steps back. Maybe you just hold it here. Maybe you float. Maybe you bend and grab your ankle. Press your foot into your hand and reach your opposite arm forward. Breathing and balancing. Dancer pose. Beautiful. Come back to center. Let both feet come down. Next is chair. So bending your knees like you're about to sit in an imaginary chair. Unfortunately, there's no chair there. So arms forward like you're holding an imaginary box, or maybe arms overhead. Maybe hands to heart. Good. Breathe in your chair. See if you can come to tiptoes in your chair. Good. Nice work, yogis. Sink a little lower. And then come on up. Heels down. Shake it out. Shake, shake. Next one's a personal fave of mine, and most of my students actually love this one, shoulder stand. So this one actually begins on the ground, on our back. Now, step 1 for shoulder stand, if it's too intense. So we can all do this version of shoulder stand. Just lift your legs straight up to the ceiling and breathe. This is also known as waterfall pose. You could do this pose with your feet resting against a wall. Super nice. Now, if you'd like to try the full shoulder stand, do not turn your head. Keep looking straight up at the ceiling. Hands down by your sides. Press into your hands. Lift your hips back and take your hands to your back and let those legs go straight up towards the ceiling. Breathing, pressing down through your elbows, lifting up through your toes. Nice work. We did a shoulder stand contest in my classroom last week. Everybody held it for a minute and a half. It was pretty exciting. So come out nice and slow. Again, making sure you're looking at the ceiling until your feet touch the floor. Nice work. All right, now from here we're going to swing right up to stand. You guys know I like to rock the boat a little bit, so you might rock up to boat, back to your shoulders 3 or 4 times. Another fun thing to do is to practice coming up to stand. I love it. Whee! You're in chair. Come back to your shoulder stand. And chair. Beautiful. All right, so that warms me up, and as you know, when I get warm, I remove a layer. Next is triangle pose. So we're going to take our feet nice and wide in a triangle shape. Turn one set of toes out, okay? So you're facing the long edge of your mat. One foot's pointing forward, one point pointing to the side, the other one forward. Take your arms in T. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, lean out. Your hand might rest on your leg. Top hand reaches straight up. Traditionally, we look up at that top hand. So it feels too wobbly, look down at the floor. Nice job, yogis. Breathe in, come back to center. Let's keep those arms out as we switch feet. So take those toes you had turned forward, turn them the other direction, and then take the ones you had and turn them to the side. Gorgeous. Nice big breath in. Breathe out, go towards the opposite leg. So you're leaning towards the foot that's pointing towards the short edge of your mat. Maybe you look up at this top hand. If you can't go that low, that's all right. Excellent work. Come back to center. And then let's let those legs, those are arms, let those arms come down. Now the next two poses kind of go together. So we'll do them both on each side. So starting again, and this is like called a warrior two stance, right? It's a little wider than triangle pose, and yes, there's my squeaky mat again. So I'm going to bend this knee. So notice how my legs are just like warrior two, yeah? So we're going to start in a warrior two. And then this is called side angle, right? So side angle, you take your elbow to your knee, reach your other arm up overhead, and you're trying to make a straight line from your foot to your fingertips. Good. Now the next pose is reverse warrior. So you come back to warrior two, keep your legs right as they are. You're building strength. And then you reach back. You let this hand rest lightly on the leg. Good work, yogis. Come back to center and let those arms come down. Switch your feet. So again, warrior two, legs on the other side. If you've got your shoes on, you're squeaking up your mat like me. And we'll bend that front knee. Nice work. Side angle, elbow to the knee. Arm comes up and over. Try to keep this neck long on this side. It's really easy to try not to do that. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Warrior two. Keep your legs nice, firm, and strong as you lean back, reversing warrior. Good job, yogis. Soften your shoulders, breathing nice and steady. And back to center. Let your arms release. Got it right that time. Those are arms. Turn your toes forward, and just for fun, hop your feet together. Excellent. Last pose is Cobra. Cobra, just like a little snake. So we're going to come onto our bellies for Cobra. Good. Now, just give yourself a second. Make sure your toes are pointing back. And then we'll come all the way down to our mat with our hands under our shoulders. Yeah. Squeeze your elbows together and then lift just your head and shoulders up. So it's like a little baby back bend. Maybe you even float your hands off the floor. Good work. Take another breath in and then breathe out. Make a little pillow with your hands. Let your forehead rest on your hands. And then since we're on our bellies, we can do my favorite. You know, I have so many favorites. This is windshield wiper pose. So you can let your head rest on one side and just let your feet flop side to side like a windshield wiper. Great work, my friends. So thank you for practicing those poses with me. I hope that you really enjoy them and continue to remember them as we work on our practice. Namaste.